Yes, hello, boys and girls, or whatever it is you want me to call you. Welcome to my video for this very nice game from 1987. So, if I look at the copyright here, Mixed Up Mother Goose. Now, Mixed Up Mother Goose is a game designed by Roberta Williams from Shera, and this is designed for very young kids. And let's it is designed in the old adventure game interpreter. Basically, it is a kind of graphic adventure. However, well, you see, it's giving me the save screen. Yeah, restore game. And this is an old save game of mine. Let's see if I can. Yes, to restart. Basically, what I wanted to say, this is a game for the very young children. As the game loaded, forced me to load a save game of mine, and to restart it, it's now coming up with a character I already created. Normally, you would see that the child is being put in bed and dreams about flying here, and well, this is Mother Goose. Now tells me to. Now I will see if I can speed this up. Now, unlike normal Shara adventures of the time, I don't have to type comments. Everything will happen automatically. Hello, Cindy. Of course, I named my character after a character from the novels that I write and some video games I created. Now, basically, it's just walking around. And you will find people who are missing something. Child, bring me my pipe. Yes, back in the day that this was written, smoking was just allowed in a children's protection. That would today be completely unthinkable. Well, this is, of course, a fiddle. And everywhere are some objects that somebody is missing. I can only possess one item at a time. So if I pick up another item, the item that I have will just be dropped, except for a few items. Most will be dropped at random places, so I will have to look around. Well, they always tell you what they want to have and show a picture of that. Now, given the age group that this is targeting at, I deem it very well possible that many of the children the game is aiming at are not yet able to read, so it may be a good idea to be with your child as a parent as he or she is playing. Of course, nobody has asked for a fiddle yet, but here I found the one who wanted it. And then we see the rhyme. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog loved to see such sport. And the dish ran away with the spoon. Of course, you'll have to forgive me that am not really that well versed with these children's verses. I am Dutch. English is not my first language. This one I never heard as a kid. Some rhymes I do know, simply because there are Dutch equivalent of that, like the old lady in the living in the shoe, who had so much children she didn't know what to do. Yeah, this is Mary, of Mary Has a Little Lamb. Of course, I didn't yet mention it, but I've of course already seen uh, a lamp. Well, some people can act as inventory objects, like this woman. And of course, there is the lamp for Mary Has a Little Lamp. Peter in a pumpkin eater had a wife but couldn't keep her. Put her in a pumpkin shell, there he kept her very well. And of course, every time I returned something to its rightful owner or a person to the rightful place to be, I will get a point, 18 points maximum. You will always have the maximum score when you finish the game, so that is basically the easy part. Now, let's get that lamp, for Mary Has a Little Lamp. Come on, sheepy sheepy. And I guess, yeah, well, sometimes it's just time to do some searching. Yes, a little lamp as snow. A little lamp. Oh, remember, and the lamp was sure to go, yeah. It follows her to school one day. It was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamp at school. Now a nice little Easter egg. The flag you see here contains the Shera logo. Well, let's see. Of course, that 6 pence coin was dropped here. Like I said, I can only have one object at a time. That wife of that pumpkin eater was counting as an inventory object. And the one who wants that piece is somewhere on the west side. This is a bit of the confusing part. These minstrels also act as an object, and they are part of the quest for the king. However, the king wants 3 objects in a specific order. So these minstrels will not act at all when I bring them to the king right now. So I have to leave them be. There is a remake of this game in which they make things bit simpler. There was a crooked man, and he had a crooked smile, and he found a crooked sixpence beside a crooked stile. He bought a crooked cat, which caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a little crooked house. Really, I'm really not familiar with this particular song. Um, yes, that candle is also one of the objects. Okay. Oh, I've lost my sheep. Two sheep are shown, yes, of course. There are, that's the little fun thing about English, one sheep, two sheep. Oh, it confused me a bit when I was learning the English language. Mistake. Let's just go for the candle once more. It's good to know that it's there. Now, I don't remember who wanted the candle, so I believe this woman wanted a watery can. Three little maids in a row. Yeah, they're already standing there. Let's see. Yeah. Find me a mouse. Let's see. I guess it's a bowl of food. Of course, this was for me a nice way to get a bit around with English children's songs. Bye. Wait a minute. What is this on the table? I guess that's not pie. No idea who wants this. That doesn't really matter. Well, that goose is just my ticket back home. But I have. Who is me? I lost my candlestick. Hey, that's in the clock room. In case you wonder if I don't feel silly right now, playing a game for very little children while the whole world can see me play, then if that is and wondering if I don't feel silly about that or embarrassed, then the answer is no. I'm actually pretty interested in what they tried to do for this age group. Jack, be quick. Jump over the candlestick. Yeah, well, of course, it's very bad advice for children to jump over a candlestick, especially when it's burning. Hey, what's that? A watering can! Now, I can't speak anymore to people I've already satisfied, but they are still put in the game. Well, 5 out of 18. Of course, that will now be 6 out of 18. As this is the woman who wanted the watering can. Very merry, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? With sprinkle bells and cooker shells and pretty maids all in a row. Merry, merry, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cooker shells and pretty maids all in a row. Yeah. Was also a poem that I was absolutely not familiar with. But that goes for almost all of them, except for a very few. Of course, I am a bit too used to regular Shara games in which doing this would kill me. In this game you cannot die. Of course, that is maybe a bit because it's given the targeted age group uh, in mind. After all, Shara games are quite notorious for their dark humor when it comes to death scenes in Shara games. Well, I guess given that in mind, it was only an obvious thing to do, or rather not to do it in this game. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock struck 1, and run he run, hickory dockety dock. I guess this is porridge. Hey, too bad I didn't name my character Alice. Of course, this game is not made by American McGee. Ride a cock horse to Banbury Cross to see a fine lady up on a white horse. Rings on her fingers and bells on her toes, she shall have music wherever she goes. Now, I have a little girl now as my character, which I named Cindy after one of the characters in my fantasy work. And since Cindy happens to be a female character, it was only obvious that I would pick a girl here. No, I didn't leave that porridge. Yeah, I left it in here. But there are multiple characters to choose from, and you can name them yourself. One thing that already came to mind here is normally in a Shara game, at least in the old ones, then pressing an arrow key once. He wants his dog. That is not interesting for me right now. I already knew that. And then the character will walk, and as soon as I press the button again, they would stop walking. In this game, you just have to keep your hand on the directional buttons in order to keep moving. Well, this one I know in Dutch. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread. She whipped them all soundly and put them to bed. Well, the Dutch version of this poem would be: Er was een oud vrouwtje die leefde in een schoen. Die had zoveel kinderen, wat moest ze ermee doen? Ze gaf ze bouillon met oogjes van vet, sloeg ze op een kont en leidt ze in bed. Perhaps people who know the Dutch language will have to judge if the Dutch version is quite well compared to the English version. Of course, I speak both languages, but I'm not going to judge. I will leave that to you. Well, I can't go up the stairs, as that is where the children now are. This bucket is also one item that one of the people wants. Ah, yes. Here things are the other way around. This woman needs to be brought to her object, instead of the object being brought to her. According to my score, I am exactly halfway now. And that in only 22 minutes. As that is something that does worry me a bit. Children, especially the ones of the age group this game is clearly aiming for, are not really known for being able to keep their attention long at one thing. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating of cruds and whey. There was a big spider and sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. Poor Miss Muffet. Or Muffet, or how do you pronounce that? I don't know. When I come back here, she's still sitting here. Ah, the dog. You have seen a guy crying because he lost his dog. Now, one other good thing, this might be one of the earliest Shara games in which there are also no dead ends. Shara games of this time were very infamous for situations you could get yourself in that your character was strictly speaking not dead, but the game was in an otherwise unwinnable state. That won't happen here. Where did my dog go? Where can he be? With his ears cut short and tails cut long, where could he be? Now, of course, to the adult note, we all know the adult game Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Lizards, and there this melody, the sound when a dog appears on the streets and will piss over Larry's legs. Did not really make that much sense to me, but I really didn't. I really didn't know this song. Though I do remember it as I have played this game a few more times. I have played it a few more times before I shot this video after all. Of course, if you think that I am going to remember 18 songs and rhymes from a children's game, then you're nuts. Let's see. Ah, I know where this letter will be, and I guess these two wanted steak. We are hungry. Yeah. Of course, I've already seen that steak. Now, this letter is for Humpty Dumpty, and I already know where Humpty Dumpty can be found. Hello, Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horse and all the king's men cannot put Humpty Dumpty back. Yeah, I don't know the melody too well. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men cannot put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Well, don't worry about Humpty Dumpty. He is fixed up. Well, let's see. I've seen the minstrels, but I have not yet found the pipe. You know, if I'm correct, the minstrels come last. But let's see. Now, you may have seen that there are two lines, a yellow one and a black one or a brown one. Can't see it too well, but they indicate that you have reached the edge of the game. So I can't go further north here and I can't go further to the west here. Alas, we need a pail. Is that another word for a bucket? Oh. We not speak English so goodly. Then knife. And we were sharp as knives. And we were so gung-ho to lay down our lives. Let's say, well, there was a little guy wanting a knife. Let's put it to the fastest setting. That's better. Little Tommy Tucker sings for his supper. What shall he eat? White bread and butter. Now shall he cut it without ever a knife? Where will he be married without ever a wife? Now, of course, where did I keep that bucket? There's a hole in the bucket, there laser, there laser. There's a hole in the bucket, there laser, hole. £13. Oh, am I in bad luck now? Oh, there did I put it. And the town is a bit in the way. You can pass it through or south, but not over the north. Which is sometimes a bit annoying. Well, of course, including this, the two kids who wanted this bucket. 5 more people to satisfy, although the kings count for 3. Jack and Jill went up the hill. It's a pail of water. Fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Well, let's see. Oh, 2 little sheep. Little bee sheep, or little bee peep, I've lost her sheep and can't tell where to find them. Leave them alone and they will come home and bring their trails behind them. Ah, the steak. And after I brought this steak to those who want it, then only the king needs to be satisfied, but then I first need to find that fucking pipe. Hey, the game is for children, but my commentary is not, hey? Jack Spread could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. In between them they picked the bladder cream. Oh, 3 more items. The pipe, that purple stuff. Or will the king only give me 1 point? Possibly, as there's also 1 boy who wanted a pie. Now there will also always be only 1 object on each screen. Well, this is the pie. Let's see. I cannot go north to get through the town. Now, I really want to know. That is where the pipe is. That's good to know. Let's first get that pipe, that pie, to the boy who wants it. No idea what his name is, but I'm pretty sure that you guys will know. Little Jack Horner sat in the corner, eating of Christmas pie. He put in his thumbs pulled out a plum and said, "What a good boy am I." Well, I think the 3 objects for the king will only count as 1 point. Well, let's go to Little Mary's school as the pipe is there. A pipe in a school? Oh, would be unthinkable these days. ABC, 1 plus 1 is 2. Well, not much I can do. Hey, that rhymes. Charles, bring me my ball. Yeah, that's that purple stuff. Yeah, the king only will count for 1 point. There is only 1 point to get. But I need 2 more objects. Greedy king. Charles, bring me my fiddler's tree. Of course we have seen those minstrels walking outside. Fiddlers. Fiddler's tree instead of 3 fiddlers. Well, can you help us find the castle? And of course that will be the last rhyme, and once I completed this, I got them all, and then I can get home. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, he called for his ball, and he called for his fiddler's tree. And well, from here, the game is automated. Thank you very much. You have done a great job, Cindy. And here are all the people I made happy. We all thank you, Cindy. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! And once more, hip hip hooray. It's time to go home now. And of course, this was all a dream. Goodbye, Cindy. So where else would I end up than in my own bed? It's time to get up, Cindy. Of course, if you have seen Larry's suicide scene, then you will think after that. Mother Goose and her design team. Hope you enjoyed Mixed Up Mother Goose. Congratulations on a job well done. Oh, it was nothing. Well, and basically the game will now freeze into this setting until you end the program. Thank you for watching. I really don't remember where I obtained this game. I believe it was part of the Roberto anthologies. Mm, and well, you have seen how the game goes. So if you are a parent of little children, then you know now what to expect from this game. I guess it works pretty nice. It works under ScumPM. That is also what I used to record this video after all. And well, it's a nice way to get through all pretty much rhymes. And I really hope that you don't mind a reference to tobacco in a children's game, as that it would today be quite questionable. I was from the generation that nobody would care about such things. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you another time with another game. Bye bye.